Hello and welcome to another episode of the Razor Company How-To series. My name is Shave326. Today we'll be discussing how to build a face lather. Now, building a face lather is one of the best parts of the shave because you get to smell your awesome new shaving soap and you get to experience some nice massaging and possibly even exfoliation of your face. The first thing I do is I take my shaving brush and I give it a bath for about 30 to 60 seconds in water here. And then once I do that, I just kind of shake it dry. Now when I shake my brushes, I grab them by the knot and shake them that way so that I'm not exerting the full force of the shake directly onto the handle, thus putting a bunch of pressure on the knot. I grab the knot and I safely kind of flick the water out just like that. Now, when it comes to loading your soap, you can do it one of two ways. You can load directly out of the puck, or you can do what I do, which is an effort to try to keep my puck dry, to keep water from being introduced to the puck so that maybe the puck will last a little bit longer. And I take one of my kids' baby spoons and I scoop out about a baby spoon size amount of soap into my lathering bowl, and I just smear it into my bowl just like this. And I take my brush, and it's already a little too dry at this point. I shake it again, and I start loading from my bowl. And I do this for about 30 seconds or so. And I kind of like this practice because it helps me control exactly how much soap I'm loading into my brush. For some of the bigger, like 28 millimeter super high density brushes, if you load for 30 to 60 seconds, you might take up half your tub into the brush. This way, if you scoop out a fixed amount, it kind of controls how much soap you're actually loading up. And a synthetic brush like this can only take so much before it starts to turn that loading process up into a lathering process. When it gets to this point, that's when I stop and I consider this brush loaded. What I do then is I wet the face. I wet the face with a washcloth. I either use warm or cold water. Typically I use cold because I find it to tone my face, and if I accidentally ever cut my face, the cold water kind of keeps blood from rushing to your face. If you ever use hot water on your face gets really red, that's blood rushing to your face. So if you're accident prone like me and you cut yourself, you might want to use cold water, but there's no wrong way to do it. Once your face is nice and wet, you take your loaded brush and you just start to smear around your soap. And you just kind of get it smeared all around there. And right now, all we're doing is just spreading the soap around your face where you will be shaving. Some guys with beards, they go ahead and load their whole beard up with soap, and that's fine too. Once I get to this point, I start to spread it around even further, and I start to notice I need some water. So when I need water, what I do is I take my brush and I take that bowl that I was soaking the brush in, and I just dip the tips just like that and get a little bit of water on my brush, and I paint that into my lather rather gently. If I were to come at my face with the force I was just using, with that water in my brush, I would make a huge mess. So I gently paint the water into my lather here before I continue to agitate. So those are the two main movements that I'm going to use here. I will be painting and agitating. Continuing to paint water in, and I'm just about to the point where I'm ready to agitate again. So we will agitate. Just a gentle amount of pressure on the brush to cause the bristles to kind of splay open. And that kind of causes soap and water to mix together in the base of the brush and to continue to build the soap. The more facial hair you have on your face, the more surface you will have for agitation. I'm pretty cleanly shaven today, so I'm mostly having to create my own agitation by doing the bristles. And you can see it's built up a little bit, but it still looks a little bit dry. So I'm gonna dip the tips into the water again, get a few drips in there, and just paint that water in again. And gently paint it in as to not cause a huge mess and upset the people I share this bathroom with. Ready to agitate again. Once you agitate, you take all that work that you agitated into the base of your knot and just kind of paint it into your face, just like that. And we'll dip the tips again. And you can really just do this forever if you wanted and continue to build a ginormous lather. You can really shave with the lather at any point. You could have shaved with it right after I had just smeared it all over my face, but it's just up to you and what you enjoy. If you want to continue building up your lather as big as possible, it's totally fun. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that and I don't even have to shave that day. I just want to smell a nice soap and practice building a lather. Let's get even more water. A quality soap, like basically everything that's available on the Razor Company website, will allow you to continue to build and build. That's how soaps are these days. They can hold a lot of water and really help you build the lather that will work for you. So you will learn what kind of lather you like. You can make it thick and sour cream like. You can make it big and fluffy and just keep on going. That's totally cool. When I get to this point and I'm just about done lathering, I paint over my mustache, clear my lips, and I'm good to go. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you all later. You can find my channel at Shave226 on YouTube, and I'll see you at therazorcompany.com. Thanks, bye.